Okay, so we feel really good tonight with the way that we played on both ends of the on both ends of the floor. Um, we got significant contributions from Maya Hamilton and Precious Johnson and Fatu, our guards. Our starting five were outstanding, and then Precious Johnson with a double-double. Um, some people were saying it's maybe the most complete game that we've played this year. I don't know about that yet, but the things that we wanted to do, we were able to do. And we wanted to get out to shooters because Richmond shoots the ball from the arc so well, and we wanted to stay in a stance with high hands, and we knew they were going to make a couple. And we were still able to do that and have success. We wanted to attack them on offense and be very aggressive getting downhill, and we were able to do that. And we kept our dribble and we gnashed it across the lane. Gnashing across the lane is what Steve Nash used to do with the Suns. He'd keep his dribble and dribble it across the lane and draw defense, and then hopefully find the open person. Libby did an exceptional job of that, and really good win against a team that I think is a good team and is exceptionally well coached in Richmond.
How important was that? You mentioned the aggressiveness. How pleased were you to see the aggressiveness, and how maybe in that third quarter was it a reminder just to be aggressive and let the simplicity take care of itself?
Well, yesterday in practice, we practiced for 45 minutes after being off on Monday. You mentioned the word simplicity, and sometimes less is more, especially when you look at the health of what our kids are in terms of being really banged up. We can only go so long. So that 45 minutes yesterday needed to be crisp, and what we really emphasized was attacking, not just with the ball when we were dribbling it, but also when we would go to the glass, whether it was the defensive glass or the offensive glass to rebound. I challenged the kids to actually get fouls on rebounds. Knock somebody over, run through someone, swim on them, whatever you need to do. But when you have that level of aggressiveness, you're going to end up out-rebounding an opponent. And the biggest stat to me tonight is that against a team that loves to score in Richmond, they took 55 shots and we took 72. And yesterday we talked about V is for volume, and that's what we were looking for, is to try to get a lot more shots up within the game, and we were able to do that.
With the exception of the three-point shooting, just what did you make of the confidence shooting the ball, the catch and shoot, the ability to score all over the court and have that ability to make Richmond put a body on you in all aspects of the floor?
Well, the threes were there. I mean, we were 4 for 20. If we just shoot 30% and we make 3 or 4 more, I mean, you're talking about another 9 to 12, 15 points, and those shots were there, and those are shots that we typically knock down. So to win by the margin that we did, and really Precious, we run a variation of the Princeton offense, and when we get the ball to the high post and they reverse pivot, we have cutting actions that have to happen. And today we were a little bit more deliberate in allowing those cutting actions on both wings to happen, and we found people for wide open layups on that. And then Amaya Hamilton, instead of settling for jumpers, and she did take 2 that were good shots, turned down a couple jumpers and attacked. And that's where Amaya Hamilton is at her best, because she's either going to make it at the rim or she's going to get fouled, and she's an 80% free throw shooter in the conference.
For you, how much of a difference was everything across the board from January 1st? Obviously, you were getting over COVID and getting your feet wet after that pandemic, but just what else changed between that January 1st game, what we're seeing here on February 16th?
Well, we didn't have Amanda Kalin tonight, and boy, I'd love to have Amanda Kalin. She had, I think, 18 in that game there. The difference, I think, one thing was in that game there, they face guarded Tess, and Tess only had 3 shots, and we were concerned they were going to do a lot of that today. So we had a couple actions, but we didn't really see that a lot. The biggest thing was we corrected ourselves in terms of, we knew they were going to make some threes, but we had to stay in a stance with high hands and know that they're either going to shoot the 3 or try to finish at the rim. And we did a nice job there. And then the biggest thing was we were focused on ourselves with attacking and being aggressive. Like I've already mentioned, whether we had the ball in our hands or we were going to rebound, we wanted to be attackers and be aggressive.
What was the biggest difference you saw specifically between the 6-point loss to Richmond to open the conference play and tonight's win?
I'll be honest with you, I have no idea right now. You know, the biggest difference, we were aggressive. You know, we were just really aggressive offensively, and you know, that's really what it would be.
From a paint perspective, Dan, 46-28 tonight. Just, you say attack. You've preached it all season. For more than half of the points to come from the paint, how encouraging is that for you?
Well, that's not just post touches. That's our guards getting into the lane. And when we don't have success, we tend to go around the arc and we don't get penetration. And that's what kills us. So, you know, that's our kryptonite. If we just pass it around the arc and we're not aggressive getting into the paint, then it's going to be a long night for us. When we play like this, it's hard for anyone to beat us. You know, I mean, this is a very good night. We're pretty talented.
Thanks, Dan.
Appreciate y'all supporting women's basketball. Thanks for being here. Thank you.